Chapter 9, Lesson 1, Equations of Circles. Go ahead and pause here and take these notes. Okay, so last chapter we worked on the formulas for finding the area of a circle and the circumference of a circle. Now we're going to be writing the equation of a circle that is on a coordinate system. Now, normally when you have a circle on a coordinate system, the center is at a point, and that's what this is saying. That if you find the center, we're going to call it h comma k. And now the radius, the radius tells us how far in each direction to draw our circle. And so in order to get the equation of this circle, remember from Algebra 1 how if we had x squared as an equation, it gave us a parabola, correct? Well, now when we're going to add it to y squared, it's going to finish our parabola and create this circle. So that's why for circles, we need both the x squared and the y squared, and we need to set it equal to the radius squared. Now, in most cases, they're going to give us the center and they're going to give us the radius. However, if they give us the center and a point on the circle, let's say they give us this point, we could find the radius here by using the distance formula, which remember is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And what you notice about the distance formula for finding the radius is it has a lot of the circle formula in it. It has x minus the x point squared plus y minus the y point squared. And then if I want just the radius to get rid of this squared, I would just take the square root. So the distance formula comes from the circle formula to find the radius. Okay, on these first few, they give us both the center and the radius, so we're just going to fill these out into our equation. So the first one is 1, 1. So x minus 1 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals, and then we need to square the radius, and 1 squared is 1. The next one says x minus 0. I'm not going to write the x minus 0 part. I'm just going to put x and then square that, plus y minus 1 squared equals 2 squared, which is 4. This one is x minus 1 squared plus, again, I'm not going to put the y minus 0. I'm just going to put y squared equals 3 squared, which is 9. The next one, x minus 2 squared plus. This one is going to be y minus negative 2, which minus a negative turns into a plus. So this one would be y plus 2 squared equals 16. Following that example, the next one would be x plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 25. And the last one, x plus 2 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 1. Okay, now they're going to do the opposite. They're going to give us the equation, and we need to find the center and the radius. So for the center, it says x minus 2. So I have 2 comma y minus 3, which is 3. And then it says it equals radius squared is 4. So if the radius squared is 4, the radius is just 2. The next one is x minus 4. And then it's just a y. So it's y minus 0. And square root of 9 is 3. The next one, this is a plus, so it must have come from x minus negative 1. And then y minus 1 and square root of 16 is 4. The next one is just x, so it's 0 comma. This is a positive 3, so it must have been y minus negative 3. And the square root of 36 is 6. The last one, x minus negative 1, y minus negative 5. And the square root of 81 is 9. Now we're back to writing the equation of a line. So I have x minus negative 4, so that turns into x plus 4, plus y minus negative 5. And when I square this whole thing, we have to go back to our rules about Whenever you square something, it means to multiply that thing by itself. So 2 times 2 gives me 4. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 gives me just 3. And 4 times 3 is 12. This one I have 0, 0, and a point. So I'm going to start with x minus 0, y minus 0. And I need to use the distance formula because it just gives me the center and a point to find that radius. So I'm going to do 0 minus negative 4 squared plus 0 minus 0 squared equals 4. The next one I'd have x minus 2 squared plus y minus 2 squared. And then I need to find the radius. So the square root of 2 minus 2 squared plus 2 minus negative 3 squared. And that would give me 5. And the last one, x plus 3 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals the square root of negative 3 minus 1 squared, negative 1 minus negative 1, which gives me 4. Three television stations are located at points X, O, and Y. The circles represent the viewing areas and square miles covered by their signals. Find the equation for each circle. So let's start with the X circle. And the first thing I need to find is the center. 3, comma. So I have it as negative 3, negative 2. So I have x plus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals, and I need to find the radius of x, so I can count it here. So the radius is 5, so the radius squared would be 25. The O circle is easy because it's at the center, so it's x minus 0 and y minus 0. And then I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4 for its radius, so square that is 16. And the last one is the Y. Its center is at 4, comma 2. So that would be x minus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals, and its radius is 3. So square that is 9. Find the viewing area of each station to the nearest square mile. Well, our formula from last chapter for the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. And for all of these, we have already found the radius squared because that's what we're setting this equal to. So for circle X, it would be 25 pi. Circle O would be 16 pi. And circle Y would be 9 pi. A radar antenna is located at -4, 3 on a coordinate grid with miles as the unit. The radar has a range of up to 40 miles in any direction. Write an inequality that represents the region over which the radar has range. So I'll start with the center. X minus -4 becomes x plus 4. And y minus 3 equals, and I just wrote equals after I underlined. This one's an inequality. Now, if I think about a radar antenna and how it can reach up to 40 miles, it's going to be everything within that 40 miles. So I'm going to set it less than or equal to 40 squared, which is 1,600. Two circles are concentric. And concentric means one circle inside another that share a center. So it's like this. Those are concentric circles. They all have the same center. So the inner circle is x plus 1.5 squared plus y plus 3.2 squared equals 1.21. The radius of the outer concentric circle is 0.9 inches longer than the inner circle. Find the equation of the outer circle. Well, since they share the same center, the beginning half of the equation should be the same. Now, this one is set equal to 1.21, which is the radius squared of the smaller circle. So the radius would be 1.1 of the inner circle. And the outer circle is 0.9 larger than that, so that would be 2 for the radius of the outer circle. So I'm going to set this equal to 4, which is 2 squared.